if the CFO understands where the business is trying to get to and has enough operational understanding that they can be a credible senior leader and actually talk about the business breadth, it means that the challenge that they come up with is not purely from a financial perspective, but from a real deep understanding of what we're trying to do and to achieve.
High-performing CFOs need to absolutely understand the numbers, but they need to be a custodian and a motivator of the business. They need to understand the business, they need to understand the market, they need to understand how those two things interplay and where we're going. I think they are a vital partner to the chief exec in executing on the purpose and the vision and the strategy that the business has.
I think the most important thing to run a high-performing function is having a really high-performing team. So without question, that's the most important thing. I think once you've got that in place, it's keeping the mindset within the team that a business-first mindset. So finance doesn't exist just for itself, but actually to serve the business. And ultimately, that's about how can you best serve your customers and your end consumers. And then in addition to that, I think you need to have a lot of adaptability, especially in the current environment, where you need to be able to take the brave decisions to say, you know what, the path we were on wasn't necessarily the right path, and to change at pace if you need to do that.
A high-performing CFO is just so valuable to the business, I think, and one of the things that I certainly look for in a CFO is someone who understands that their part of the business is actually delivering a service to the front line. You know, we're very operational in what we do, and it's vitally important that commercial, finance, and all those kind of enabling services understand that it's their job to help operations be successful and to help our customers to get what they need from us. So if the CFO is fully behind that and facing into the service that we provide, it means that they're able to lead across the organisation.
As somebody that's been a CFO but also a CEO, I think that it's really important you understand the business operation, and that can be at all levels of the organisation, and really understanding the core values, the key areas of the operation, I think are vitally important for a CFO to become a real partner to the CEO in achieving the business organisation aims.
You know, first and foremost, be value-driven, be very purpose-driven, and be a beacon for the rest of the organization to look up to. I think as the CFO themselves, I think they need to be very conscious of the impact they have on the rest of the business, because as I said before, they hold quite a lot of the lifeblood of the business. And I'm not just talking about the financials and purse strings, talking about data, information, business performance.
Intellectual curiosity, regardless of your title, is incredibly important. So being interested not just in your core competency, so for us, finance and financial statements, but really understanding the business and being curious as to what everyone is doing so that we can be a better partner and then help them with the best information to make good decisions along that journey. And then just being, I think, adaptive. We live in a rapidly changing world, and being open to change, doing things differently, so that we can always be getting more and more efficient.
There are a whole bunch of stakeholders that we have, whether it be in my business, the Treasury, the Department, National Audit Office, and all those various great and the good that are there to make sure that the business is run with due diligence and probity. I think if the CFO can build those relationships so that when it comes to the annual report and accounts, when it comes to audit and ARAC audit committees, all of that stuff just runs beautifully smoothly because they've invested time in understanding where the gotchas are going to come from, where the risks are, and then that can just be a pleasurable experience rather than something that can catch you out at the last minute.